Yo, what is up, everybody? It is I, Rage Cage 20. I never plan on switching those, but the second I hear myself either say I or me, I just instinctively finish it. It's weird. Anyways, what's up? We are back here with In This Moment's Mother album. Oh, God, just those words bring pleasure to my heart and my body. That is just, beautiful. So far, the first two songs, of course, the first four songs, but with the two intros attached to those songs, have been mwah, outstanding. And I think we have a good chance of continuing that here with this song. Now, just perusing the lyrics a little bit here, I have theories. And of course, someone in the comments is going to be all, oh, you should really research beforehand. You know what you're talking about, baby. Go to sleep. You're cranky. It's past your bedtime. Anyways, it's like my new favorite insult that I've been hearing from Noxui. Because I was going to be like, from someone you hear. But no, that happened before this album. So go check out. I did a Knox Hill video. Wasn't very well informed, but the future is trying to change. I just love referring to all the people that get all fussy and stuff as little fucking kids that need to go to bed before mommy gets mad at you, because that's what you sound like. I'd be like, well, I'm 25. Well, you sound like you're fucking 10. So go the fuck to sleep. Anyways, I really enjoyed this, but I don't like to research stuff beforehand. I just like to fly blind because that gives beautiful opportunities, like one of the most popular, most famous videos, especially at the time when it was coming out, was Pisces. And it's so amazing when no one knows anything about the band, because if you know, oh, it's a heavy metal band, Ginger's a heavy metal band, then you're like, you see it coming. But when you had know nothing about it, it's just like, oh, this is really cool and peaceful, and all of a sudden she just drops into this demon scream. Fucking amazing. Your mind gets fucking blown, and I want my mind to be blown, so I don't like to research anything before I do it. So, suck it. Anyways, I have theories about this song. It's a long way to get to what I was trying to say, which was that. Just looking for the lyrics, one thing that I see coming back from Twin Flames, and here's I Am You and You Are Me. That's also coming back from Natural Born Sinner as well, and possibly some other ones, but I haven't listened to the first three albums, so I don't know if there's any crossover from there. But I do like when they bring stuff back, some of these themes and stuff back. Really cool. But yeah, both of those songs have that line in there, so that should be interesting to hear. But just looking through the lyrics with the title, especially the last three bars in here, you sacrificed everything. The chorus, three bars of the chorus. You sacrificed everything. I am and will always be your legacy. To me, there's a lot of ways that you can go about dissecting that, because I always thought that Twin Flames was kind of about a relationship, between partners. And that could easily be what this could be about, or that could just be potentially one thing that this song could be used for. But to me, of course, with the title, with the name Legacy and the title of the album Mother, to me this is either thinking parents, like her mother, her father, or her mothers, I don't know, either way. You sacrificed everything to raise me, and therefore I will always be part of you. As this isn't the start there, because we are one. I will always be part of you. I will always carry on your legacy and whatnot. But then, since I think both of her mothers are alive, again, I don't know anything about Maria. And once, if I get some links from you guys, hopefully in the other video what I asked for, I just haven't uploaded them yet. I'm still working through Nightwish and Tribe Called Quest. There's some difficulties going on with that. Don't worry about it. Hopefully I'll learn more about them in the future here. But I think both of her mothers are still alive. So the later on here, when it says, I promise I will see you again, I will find you on the other side. See you again, see you on the other side. It makes me think of maybe her father, because I think he's dead, right? Is he dead? I think I don't know. No idea. This is all guesses from kind of a mix between Sex Metal Barbie and the in between. So I have no idea, in all honesty. Yeah, both her mothers sing with her on this album, then they gotta be alive, right? So yeah, I'm thinking this one of her parents, either her father or her mother. Do not know, but that's just kind of what it makes me think of. Maybe we'll get more of an idea once we get into it. Speaking of which, let's get into it because it's been almost 6 minutes. Sorry for the long intro, but there was a lot there I wanted to unpack, theories and explanations and stuff before we get into this. So we're here now. So Legacy by In This Moment. I hope this album just keeps cooking me all good. Like, whew, I'm ready for some awesome.
Won't you walk with me till both of our feet bleed? Won't you walk with me through the blindness we can see? If I say you're afraid, will you promise me I'll see you again? I will walk with you till both of our feet bleed. 'Cause we are one, reborn free.
Alright, okay. So that was different. That was definitely different. Um, than not only what I kind of expected, but kind of what I've heard from them in the past. This, of course, there's a slight similarities to certain songs and whatnot, but it's nice to hear, a switch up, a change up, but also kind of as I mentioned in one of these. I think it was either the beginning of this album or something. I think it was the beginning of this album. It's been like 3 or 4 days. I don't know. It's just, it goes. It definitely seems like there's songs within in this moment's own album that they just change stuff up. And to me, it's kind of like, it's like they want to experiment. They want, instead of just writing the same stuff that they know people eat up from them, it's just like, what, like 2 or 3 of these songs, we're just gonna try something new. We're gonna just have some fun with it, I definitely say this would be one of those songs. And for the record, I'm into it. I'm here for it. It was beautiful. It kind of had this like softness to it. There was no point where the instruments were too going crazy, just with tons of just crazy energy. There's no point where the vocals were just like insane, just like totally giving craziness to it, like the last song, the In Between. This parts there was total just awesome energy from the guitars and the vocals just screaming out and whatnot. And this just kind of felt like it was bringing it all kind of down. It was more for what was being said and just kind of the smoothness and homage being paid to what the message of the song was. And I'm for that. I'm totally for that. There was like this beautiful peacefulness to that song, in a way. That was interesting. I like that. All right. Okay. I think I'm coming around a little bit on In This Moment, in a sense, because I think some of their songs, in the past, I've been, looking for that, like, oh, what's that next song that's gonna like blow my mind? I'm gonna be listening to it on repeat again and again and again. I just want that next one, you know what I mean? But like now I'm just kind of taking it all in and just appreciating that there's gonna be some differences between song to song. You're not going to get that same old song, and I think that's good, because I think that would get boring after a while, you know what I mean? So like I'm kind of looking at it from a new light here to appreciate the song, not only in the moment, but appreciate it before I start listening to it again in the future. Be like, I kind of like this song. I don't know what I was talking about the first time. I actually really like this song, which has happened a few times. I'm actually really starting to get into Black Widow. I still really disagree with the kind of with some of the choices that made me really kind of not be a huge fan of it. I still think the song could be fine without the reintroduction of the TV like voice and whatnot. We don't really need to get into a huge dissection of this, but the more I'm listening to some of the words and kind of finding a way to make the lyrics kind of mean something to me personally, the more I've actually started to like that song. Still not anywhere close to that on Ribcage, but it's fine. But yeah, it's like once I listen to songs a little bit more and like really start to feel it, like Bones, I really love Bones now. And the first time I listened to it, I was like, yeah, it's all right. So I feel like I'm starting to come into a new lens within this moment, which is great. I finally broken through. Just kind of looking for that next song that's going to make me cry like the fighter, you know what I mean? So it's beautiful. Also, I got a new pen, by the way. Irrelevant, but I've been writing and it's just like, oh, it's so smooth and it's nice. It's the same as my pen I used to have. I just bought more of them because that one ran out of ink. It's just, I love this pen. It's so smooth. It writes so clean. That means nothing to you guys, but to me, to any of you who understand what it's like to have just a nice smooth pen, especially after using one that has done a great job. I'm not trying to disrespect it, but I'm not trying to disrespect an inanimate object. but it was just a little dry, a little clunky. This one's just so smooth, baby. This one's so smooth. Anyways, let's get back into this bad boy. I'm just really excited about this pen. You know, it's the little stuff in life. Let's start at the beginning here. At the very beginning, we've got kind of a lot to mention here, so I think it would be a good idea to reset the video and take off my sweatshirt because it was getting fucking hot. I put on my sweatshirt because it was too cold, and knew I was going to warm up fast, and it didn't take too long. All right, let's really explore this bad boy, because there was a lot of little things that were happening here, and you know me, if you know me by now, I love the little things. So the little things that make music so beautiful and powerful, which is also why I really love studio versions and stuff, because you get to hear those little things come out more. Alright, the beginning here I got, if I know that, yep, that's exactly what that says, funky bass and echo vocals. But, what I didn't write down, that would be important to note is the start here kind of sounds like the sounds of kind of like nature, like not necessarily crickets, but just like kind of this almost like walking around in the forest or whatnot, which really gives me the imagery of the in-between, you know, coming out and whatnot. So let's listen to that again. Yeah, kind of like crickets. I don't know if that's crickets, but yeah, it just kind of gives me this like foresty feel. I don't know if crickets are in a forest. Maybe not. I don't know if crickets are in a forest. You know, this is definitely nature sounds. And then you get that funky ass bass and then kind of reminds me of some like Final Fantasy shit. Oh, it's good stuff right there.
Won't you ride with me till both of our feet bleed?
Oh man, this one's gonna take a little bit. I don't know what it is about this song. Yeah, there's just a lot of little things that they did in here that just sound so cool to me. Register with me on an awesome level. So first off, I love the effects that they got on her vocals. They got her kind of like echoey, ethereal, kind of just in like you can hear her in the space, but you can't. It's not like she's like talking to you right in front of you. It's just like disembodied voice, just kind of echoing in the air, kind of effect. Really fucking cool. And the notes and the delivery of this line, of just this whole verse we're gonna look at here, but just this line is just it's nice. It's just smooth.
Won't you ride with me
Da 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 da. Let's start.
till both of our feet bleed?
Almost kind of gives me this, almost like a little bit of a bluesy feel to it. I'm getting like a little bit of a blues feel there. Dun dun. Just this is kind of almost soulful to it. It just something really beautiful and smooth about the way she's delivering this.
Won't you ride with me?
And of course, she's getting a little bit of that gravelly voice that she has in there. You know, that Maria's really well known for. Love that. It's like kind of, it's like breaking through for a second and then like getting back under control. I love that. It's a nice effect.
Through the blindness we can see. If you say you're afraid, will you promise me I'll see you again?
So that's interesting. I just had a feeling there when she jumped up on there on that the word free. If I set you free, jumps up on that note there. I thought she was gonna, if you promise me. I thought she was gonna bring it down, but nope, jump back up there again. And doesn't kind of do the fall off, kind of expecting until the end. That's an interesting shake up there. I like that. It also gives a little extra, a moment to have that punch just near belt in there, just some passion, put some extra passion in there with those that interval jump and just more energy pushed in there.
If you say you're afraid, will you promise
that little slide out there in the end. That's nice.
I will walk with you till both of our feet.
I love that kind of step down intervals there. That just again just dun dun, just kind of really gives me this kind of bluesy feel to it. That is just gorgeous. That is gorgeous here. Moving along. 1 minute. I was kind of, expecting kind of that drop into the chorus, that kind of just everything kicks in, oh, here comes the energy, here comes the change in the chorus, and it didn't. And in the past, I've been kind of like a little disappointed by that, but honestly, it's just I feel like if it would have stayed the way it was right now throughout the entire song, I would have probably started having a problem with it, but they did change it up and get some instruments in there and whatnot. So I feel like, it wasn't like a but it's kind of, I was looking for that drop, and it didn't necessarily happen until the end when the verse came back in, which I kind of like. One, defying expectations when done correctly, beautiful. So let's listen to this chorus here. Oh yeah, and that sound I also kind of marked at the end here, but that kind of sound kind of gives me like 80s Stranger Things kind of sound and vibe. It's interesting. You can hear that kind of that chord there. It sounds like very almost muted keyboard, but the kind of just like those chords that seem like in a way the energy built slightly because of that chord change in there. Like, listen for that, because it's just kind of all floating in the air, and then there's kind of some direction, like the music all kind of shifts somewhere into this kind of anticipatory, is that a word? This anticipating build starts happening, and it starts like pushing into this chorus. Listen for that. Dum, 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 dum. Like there's these slight little chord changes in there that's just kind of like either relaxing or building the tension through this chorus just slightly, but you can like subconsciously in your ears you can hear that build happening, which kind of gives the chorus energy. Even though it's staying pretty low and pretty mellow, it's still giving it that energy that feels like the song's going somewhere. It's not just all floating in the air and free. It's well done. That's good writing right there. Clever. That's a really clever way to keep it kind of down, low, smooth, but yet soulful and passionate, yet at the same time make the music go somewhere energy-wise instead of just being flat. That's exactly what I'm saying here, is that there's ways to increase energy without having to actually just go balls to the wall. That's what I've been saying in the other albums. They're learning. They're learning here. They're growing. I love it. It's fantastic. It just sounds so good, man. It just sounds so good. And now those bottom instruments I was mentioning, it sounds like keyboard, maybe some strings in there, maybe synth strings. It doesn't sound like really full string section or anything, but that was all building, just kind of as she's fading off, your legacy, and then just kind of drops off. You notice those just kind of melt away for a second, but you still got that, kind of those bubbly 80s sounds, and that like I think the bass guitar stays in there, or is that bass guitar sound effect still bubbling in there, so you know that like something's about to happen. And I think the drums and stuff kind of kick into this next verse here, which gives you that push of energy, that drop that we were kind of expecting in the chorus. It didn't happen in the chorus. Yeah, it was building to something, and it's just like, where's this going? And then it kicks in. Fucking Clean.
I will dance with you to the shadows.
Yeah, she gets to keep that smooth, the exact same delivery that she was having in the first verse, but the drums being introduced with that beautiful fill into that nice beat, that nice rhythm, that nice groove, pushes that drop energy into the next verse. God damn. I don't think I've been this impressed. Well, that's not necessarily true. I don't feel like I've gotten this deep dive into it in this moment song since Sexual Hallucination. Just the little intricacies in here are just top notch. Love this shit. This is the stuff I fucking live for. Now this verse here, I don't think we could. I think it's again the same delivery as the first verse, or intro verse, whatever you want to call it, which sounds like introvert. I'm distracting myself. But now that we have the drums kind of keeping the rhythm instead of it just kind of be floaty and just kind of rhythm, like kind of meterless, we now have those drums really giving us like this is the time signature. So now hearing it really, I want to double check here, but it really sounded a little syncopated. I think she had some syncopated hits in here on her vocal line. Let me listen for that.
I will dance with you to the shadows slip away.
Wait for it to come back in.
I will lay my hands on you to ease your pain.
That is close. That is really close. I could see that being either, but to me, it really sounds like she is playing with some syncopation, and I feel like she's really off on the offbeats there with some of those words like ta da ta, very pickup on the beat, 4 and 1, and then I think it's ta 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 da da da, like off the beat on the beat at the end. It really feels like on those little hits she's doing. Da 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 da, just kind of really pulsing those off the beat there. If so, that's fucking crazy. I really have to focus in on this now. Hold on. Yep, those off the beat. Those are 100% off the beat. Oh, that's so fucking catchy. That's so good. Da 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 da. Oh, we're done here. It's already stamped amazing. Like fucking. All right. Let me recollect myself here. It's whatever. It's whatever. Anyways, 152. I said pause. I think there's some kind of pause that happened. Let's let it keep cooking. Let's listen for that. Yeah, that's what I meant by pause. It's different. I think she changes it up there and just really holds the word through everything, and then pops that last word everything in there. I really like that stretch. Let's just kind of pause before the line continues there. That's a nice touch. And then we could get really really deep into where that happens on the beat, because it sounded like and for and on there as well, so it was almost like it was a pickup but at the end of the phrase. Hold on. It was. Okay, that's cool. That's just whatever, you know. That's just fucking. And then yeah, it does. Oh god, it does it again there into the next. Yep. That's just really cool. That's just really cool writing stuff again that not needed to be done, but doing it that way just really fucking cool. Sounds really awesome. Holy shit! I could just obsess over these details all day. So we need to move this along. But note that I want to obsess over these details. I just am forcing myself to move along here. I wanted to hear the second chorus because now we got the instruments in here. It kicks it up from the first chorus here. So let's listen to that. I love that drum intro. You know, just that little kind of pause there, and then hits again. Isn't that snare? Isn't that mix between the hi-hat and snare there? Yeah, right there. Ah, tiny little drum switch up there, beautifully done. Yeah, what I mentioned here is first off, it gets very echoey. That filter they got on the voice there is pretty cool. Also, the harmony that she has in there with herself is also tasty. On top of that, they're not pushing any extra energy into here. It's exactly pretty much the way they delivered the first chorus. However, it sounds like there's more energy because the drums are here now. They're kicking off, going off. So you have that echo and that harmony in there. That just sounds like it's giving more energy, but it's pretty much exactly the same as the first one. Like her main line is singing it almost exactly the way she did in the first chorus. That's how you can put more energy into something without having to put more volume into it. That is amazing. The harmonizing line there, it sounds like a little sharp. Not necessarily, not that the notation itself is sharp or that it's out of tune, but like it has this kind of very nasally sharp timbre to it, kind of like the way I like from Annette, former singer of Nightwish. I really like when she gets up to a certain register, her voice just has this sharp bite to it. It's getting the same thing in that harmonized voice here. It just kind of has this, it could be a little bit the effect that they got going on there and also combined with the way she's singing it, but it just has this kind of like really like borderline sharp bite to it. It just sounds really good, really tasty. Yeah, it sounds like it's like almost like a dissonant harmony almost. So it must be one of those harmonies that kind of like almost like a second or seventh that kind of adds that extra like borderline. I think also can't remember if it's fourths that do that, two or sixths. One of those notes. I was like, not a third or a fifth. Not one of those perfect harmonies that you're used to hearing. Like it sounds like one of those that is like borderline pushing towards dissonance, but it's not technically. That just creates that really sharp rub on it. As gorgeous. That's really gorgeous there. It says it's really close, so my guess is it could be a second or a seventh. Don't know. Really don't know. I would have to actually see the notation to be able to figure that out. My oral skills are not as great as my as my theory skills are. It's just a thing. I've never been great at oral skills. It's a thing. Yes. I try, but it takes me a long time. Nearing 40 minutes, and I am not even remotely close to sorry. Let's move. Around 240 here. I wanted to hear this guitar solo. Yeah, I wanted to hear this guitar solo, which I think we've already found. Because I don't always give the band members of In This Moment the instrument members of In This Moment as much credit as I do Maria. So I really want to focus in on this guitar solo here, because much like The Fighter, this guitar solo is pretty crazy. Again, nothing. There's no crazy, just super fast flying through the frets passage kind of stuff in here, but it's very smooth. It's very soulful, much like the vocal line that's been going on through here. It's very contemplative. It just has this beauty. It's a great touch to an already really good song. Also, going off of what I've discussed with Maria and her singing in the past, she blends elements from different genres into the way she sings. She has some metal in there, but she also has some kind of pop style singing in her voice as well. And this kind of solo just makes me feel like I'm listening to maybe like an alt rock kind of song. You know, it has different genres laced in it. I think is giving this solo that kind of that peacefulness and difference to the song that we were talking about at the start, that just feels like not necessarily experimental, but like just going in a different direction. This kind of is aiding to that, but also sounds so smooth and just passionate at the same time. It's nice. It's a nice touch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This part here, the breakdown. I got a soft. Okay, I thought it said snort for a second. I was like, what? Smooth and soft. This breakdown here, again, just kind of going off of what we just came off of from that guitar solo. Just very contemplative, just very emotional, and just kind of really just thoughtful about what's being said, and just delivering the beauty of the message is just fucking gorgeous. I will find you on the other side. I promise I will see you again. I'm really getting almost a mix of kind of like that pop that I was talking about from this line, and just with all what's happening in the complete mix here, getting that pop feel. I'm also getting a little, like a tiny twinge of a country taste in there, interesting enough. But it's just really the way she's delivering this line, the timbre of her voice, and just kind of the slightly poppy flavor that's going on right now. I'm really hearing Lady Gaga. As I had her name here a second ago. Kind of really getting a Lady Gaga sound, kind of like almost like a Lady Gaga from the song The Shallows, like in that movie she was in, which I also think was called Shallows, or The Shallows, something like that. I don't remember. I didn't watch that Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga movie. I would, but like it looks like it's so sad, and I just don't feel like crying. I know, just not usually something I go look for to cry. But yeah, it just kind of gives me that sound to it, just kind of that sad, soulful, just contemplative sound, but also really has like a Lady Gaga timbre to her voice. Like, it's interesting, the dynamic range that Maria has here. See you again. See you again on the other side. And this part right here, I don't know. Like, I think I know what that says, but I don't think I. I think it's a line. Okay. Back. What? back into. Yeah, got it. I thought that said Frodo for a second. I don't know my handwriting, so when I fast jot down thoughts and stuff, they don't always come out clean. But if you've been following me, you know that. You know that it takes me sometimes a second to catch on to some of the things I say. So this line, this whole hot line here, I like the way she delivered it, and I like the way it goes back into the chorus from here. So let's zip it back a few seconds. Now let's just enjoy this right here. I like how it's very pulsy, and again, if we had some kind of like driving rhythm in here, I'm sure just like the way she delivers it in the verse is probably very syncopated as well. But since there's again, we're kind of back to that like time, like no time signature kind of ethereal feel to the song, where it just feels very freeform. It just then kind of comes off as this very kind of like staccato, just very punch, just ta ta da da da. Just, I kind of really like that. Just very, very staccato like singing in there. I'd say maybe more marcato because it's not very short. It's just kind of very. Each one's kind of accented, but still that kind of very separated, just very punched out, word for word in there, and the way it's very similar to, if not exactly the same as the way she did it in the end of the first verse there. Yep. I forgot about a line I put in here anyway, so it's good. We need to. I forgot about that. I thought it just kicked back in, but then I remembered. No, it just kind of like the first chorus, but like on steroids, because like instead of the subtle little changes, you can really feel everything start to come back in. It's almost like everything was, I don't know why this is the imagery that he got, but it was like everything was floating in the air, and then all of a sudden it just like all came back together, like armor like forming onto her. I don't know why that's like some kind of thing you would see in like an action movie, like a Marvel movie or something. I don't know why that came to mind, but that's just what happened musically there. Just everything just came back together and just starts building again. But you just have such a huge volume of sound coming around it. You have all these effects going on in the background. I feel like that synth sound is coming back in, and the chords are just building again. And I think all the instruments start to get introduced back on until it comes back to where it was. I'd like to say it's good, but good is just not a adequate way to describe what's happening here. It's just like on another level. That just support. The drums just come back in there. And that crazy drum fill that just brings back in the chorus for the last time. Oh my god. You got that harmony back in there. Alright, we're going to let this last chorus roll out here to the end. But the last thing I got here is interesting. It goes back to its base. It goes back to where it started from, but it feels like it debuilds. Like, you know how we just built everything up, started adding the stuff back in one at a time? It feels like it does the opposite on the way out. It starts debuilding everything, taking everything away to go back to that funky bass that happens second, and then that goes away back down to the like nature sounds into that atmosphere, and then just cuts off to where we were at the beginning. I'm sure there's a reason for that. Kind of like the song starts Like before you push play, there's no sound. And then all of a sudden you're introduced to sound, like being born. I could be stretching here. But then stuff starts adding on top. The more you live, the more stuff starts happening to you. And now we're going back, either back to the womb or to death. At the end of the life cycle, everything starts slowly fading away until we're back to silence. I don't know if I'm onto something here or lose my fucking mind, but let's let it keep playing here. So we got those 80 sounds back in, the third layer in there. That's about to go away to the bass. Now back to the original sound. And then that fades to silence for like 2 seconds. You know, that one was a lot like Sexual Hallucination for me. That's like, in the intro, listening to it is just like, okay, this is all right. This is pretty decent. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one. And then as it goes on and on and on, as it keeps going on, it's just like finding more and more that I'm liking about it. Just like, oh, okay. And then when I go back through and like really go into it, I just find all this crazy little stuff that's like, holy shit. It happens exactly the same way. I like that. I really like that song. It's I think it's very beautifully sung. I think the little bits of instrumentation that they added in there at the right time to create the right effect was just genius, top level writing. Yeah, no, that was all around just good shit. That was good fucking shit. I can keep praising the things I already praised it for, but you were there, you heard it. So next time what we got here, I think this is going to be a really good one. Here. We Will Rock You, of course, originally by Queen. I like that they didn't go into the song that's usually connected to this one, We Are the Champions. I like that because that's, you know, I keep that separation. But to have what I imagine is going to be either each one of these singers, of course, Maria Brink, Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, Taylor Momsen from Pretty Reckless. I remembered it this time. I don't know if they're going to go like line for line with each other. I don't know if they're going to be switching off with each other. Maybe two will take one, and then, you know, they'll switch it up who's comboing with who, or if everyone gets one of the verses and then they all just come in together at the chorus. I don't know how they're gonna play that out. I'm really interested to find out because there's so much potential here for them really to combo their voices well with each other. And I think the chorus, I think besides, I think, you know, I think the obvious to a lot, but the obvious kind of punchline that we got in here is that we will, like, all three of them will rock you because they all are rock and metal stars. Like, so they're just saying, yo, us right here, we're gonna rock you. Like, we're gonna rock your fucking socks off. So I think that is a nice, I think that all three of them just punching that out in the chorus is gonna be fucking cool. Find out with me if I am correct or not, which I'm pretty sure I am. Next time, I'll see y'all then. I'm sure it's gonna be a fun time.